In this tutorial, I will explain how students can join a Google Meets. Google Meets is a live recording presentation that the teachers may ask students to participate in order to have conversations with them for class or to watch live instruction within their classroom. One of the first ways that you can join a Google Meets, especially if the teacher has asked all the students to join together, is going through their Google Classroom account. If that particular teacher has asked all the students to gather at a specific time, more than likely they're going to ask them to use the Meet link, which can be found on the intro page to their Google Classroom account. There, they'll click on the link, and that will open a new tab for their Google Meets meeting. It'll take them to this first screen when they click on the Google Meets link in their new tab. It is suggested that all students turn off their microphone when they first enter a Google Meets. That will make it so that when all of the students are in one classroom together, there's not a lot of chaos going on, so the teacher can easily grab everyone's attention. Sometimes the student may also choose to turn off their camera, but more than likely the teacher is going to need to see your student's face during the presentation in order to make sure that it is actually them watching the presentation. Once they are here, they will click Join Now, and the student should see on the screen whoever else is present in their Google Meets. The second way to join a Google Meets, I'm going to open a new tab, is for the students to enter a code to join. For example, if a student is emailing a teacher during their live office hours, the teacher may request the student to join them in a Google Meets because sometimes it's easier than going back and forth in email, and the teacher may give the student a quick code in order to enter to join them in the Google Meets. To do that way, the student will click on their Google Apps. They will find their Google Meet icon, click on that. They will use a meeting code that is predetermined by the teacher. There is no spaces in these codes. They will click Continue, and it'll take them again to the screen where they can join in with the teacher. This time, if they're joining the teacher individually, they may want to leave their microphone on so that they can easily answer or ask questions as needed. Again, they would hit the Join Now and join that teacher in their Google Meet. The final way to join a Google Meets meeting is for the teacher to have sent the student a predetermined link via email. If students know they need to meet with a teacher and have a certain time in mind, they can request the teacher set up a meeting, and that teacher will probably then share a link with them so that they can access the Google Meets at that time. They'll get an email for an invitation in their Gmail account. Once they click on the email, they scroll down, it'll say joining info, and it'll give them a meet code. They click on that. That will open a new tab, and it will take them to the Google Meet that the teacher has requested. Additionally, if the teacher has sent the student an email, not only will it show up in their Gmail account and they can use the link provided, they can also just go to the Google Meets icon, click open on the screen like I have here, and they can go to the actual meeting itself that the teacher has requested. Typically, they would have a title. However, I forgot to do that when I set up this meeting, but it would have a title here that they would know that that's the meeting they're supposed to enter because that would have been sent to their email as well. And then they can go ahead and click on that title, and it will allow them to join the meeting as they have in the other three methods. Same as before, pending if it's a small group or large group. Large group, they want to have their microphone already turned off. Again, they do that here so that others can't hear all the background noise. It's also wise to make sure the student is in a quiet location. And otherwise, they can leave their microphone on. They would click the Join Now button, and they would meet with whoever has requested the meeting. That concludes this tutorial on how to join Google Meets. Again, there are 3 different methods students can use. They can use the code provided to them in their Google Classroom account. They can use a code that the teacher has given to them by going here and using the meeting code. They can access a preset timed meeting, either by it being on their screen down here or by using their Gmail account to click on the link inside their Gmail. All 3 will get them to the location that they need to be in.